You are watching WPTV, award-winning college television.
Welcome back to the desk. We're in the final stretch of the NBA regular season, and here to break it all down with me on the desk is Bijan Pulley, Marc Brandt, and Andrew Ballistreri. Guys, the NBA season is coming to an end, as we know, and there's a lot of teams that set expectations, and then some surpass those expectations. Marc, what is the team that you believe surpassed those expectations?
For me, it's the Indiana Pacers, right? They finished 11th in the East last season, and now they're in 6th, so, they're looking for a playoff spot, and it's primarily the rise of Tyrese Halliburton really took that next step up this season. He's really developing into one of the best point guards in the league. I mean, you can't argue with that. He's been incredible, so it's been nice to see them surpass those expectations that have been set on them for years now.
Yeah, he's been absolutely great for the Indiana Pacers. Bijan, who do you got? What team?
I got to go with the Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Oh. But all jokes aside, coming to the season, on multiple sites, they were projected to have a win total of 37.5 wins, and they already surpassed with 16 games to go. Right now, they are the 5th seed in the East, despite coming into the season as the 4th youngest team in the NBA. They have the 4th best defensive rating in the NBA. They give up the 3rd fewest opponents' points per game, and they average the 4th most steals per game. In their past 19 games, they have a record of 14-5. They're getting hot at the right time, heading into playoff time.
Yeah, absolutely, Bijan. The Magic are getting hot, and you're surprising me on the desk with that little But anyway, Bally, close us out with this question.
I got to go with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I expected them to improve this year. Did not expect them to be the 1 seed. Even though I do think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's just a free throw merchant in my eyes half the time. He's been amazing. He's become a real leader on this team, and he's helped everybody improve. Jalen Williams has been phenomenal this season. He's averaging almost 20 points a game. The guy's shooting 45% from deep. Chet Holmgren has been really great in his rookie season. And overall, they're a really deep team. I think the thing that's going to hurt them come playoff time is the lack of experience. But the fact that they're this good right now and they have so many draft picks in the next couple of years is terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. But guys, there's some teams that that set expectations and then severely underperform compared to their expectations coming into the season. Bijan, I'll start off with you. Who's a team that severely underperformed in your eyes?
Man, I got to go with the Atlanta Hawks. Coming to the season, multiple sites had them at their projected win total as 41 or 42 wins. And there's no way they will reach that now. As of right now, they have 29 wins, and they're the 10th seed in the East, barely last playing spot. And coming to the season, I thought they had a good roster. I thought having a full offseason under Quinn Snyder to learn and understand his offensive system, and Jalen Johnson would have a breakout year, which he has, but would make them a top 6 seed in the East. But that's not the case. With a combination of players underperforming, having the 3rd worst defense in the NBA, and Jalen Johnson and Trae Young missing a bunch of time with their own injuries, it's just led us to where they are now.
Marc, what team do you got?
Unfortunately, I have my favorite team, the Memphis Grizzlies. They were 2nd in the West last season, currently in 13th. But that's beside the point. The Ja Morant injury is the big reason as to why they're not as successful this season. But you have players on the rise like Vince Williams, Gigi Jackson. So I'm pretty hopeful for the future. It's just this season, not it.
Yeah, Memphis is definitely in the basement in the Western Conference.
Thanks, Coop.
But Andrew, who do you got?
I'm going to put salt in Bijan's wound real quick and say the Los Angeles Lakers. And Bijan's about to look at me crazy in about half a second here. But I remember people saying that, the Lakers won the offseason with all the additions that they had. And they've strictly just disappointed. They're sitting at 9th right now. Bijan's crying on the other side of the desk. They're sitting at 9th. They're 3 games back of the 6th seed. They've overall disappointed. Anthony Davis is terrified to shoot a 3 now, and he's shooting awful when he does shoot them. And Austin Reeves has taken a step back. So I think the Lakers, they need to reevaluate this roster come the offseason.
Yeah, absolutely. But guys, there's some surprising teams that can make a playoff run with that great competition. Andrew, take us through a surprising team that can make a playoff run.
The New Orleans Pelicans have absolutely shocked me in the last couple of months. In their last, I want to say it's 18 games, they're 1st in defensive rating, 1st in steals, 2nd in opponent paint points, 2nd in net rating, and so many stats that they're top 3, top 5, and they're sitting at 5th in the West right now. They're in a better spot, I think, if they fall to 6th, because I don't think they match up well with the Clippers. I think they match up really well with the Timberwolves. I think they could definitely take them down. And this team is really scrappy. They're playing excellent. Zion has stayed healthy this year. Bing has been amazing this year. I definitely think the Pelicans can surprise teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. They can sure make some noise in the playoffs. But Mark, what team do you got?
I'm prepared for the onslaught that I'm about to receive when I give you this answer, and it's the Golden State Warriors, right? Look, I figured. But look, they're currently in 10th place, fighting for a play-in spot, but they're the Golden State Warriors. I know the team is underperforming. Could have used that as the last answer, but I just, there's something about them. They're the Golden State Warriors. They're one of historically the better teams, especially in recent years. I have a feeling that they're going to end up making a push for the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. We know how good the Warriors can be, but I'll swing things over. I'll swing things over to you, Bijan. What's a team that you that can make a surprising run in your eyes?
I got to go with the Miami Heat. We know Jimmy Butler turns it up in the playoffs. Eric Spoelstra is the best coach in the NBA easily, and Spoelstra is great at attacking teams' weak points and putting his role players in a position to succeed. You have a good quality supporting cast: Jaime Jaquez, Bam Adebayo, all-league defender, solid role players: Terry Rozier, Caleb Martin, Josh Richardson, Haywood Highsmith. And we've seen them make deep runs before. So is it really a surprise that they just, keep doing it? It's not a surprise at that point.
Yeah, they've made some deep runs, but gents, the regular season is coming. It's in its final weeks, and it's time to make some MVP predictions. I'll start off with you, Bally. Who's a player that you think is going to be an MVP this year?
Well, there's a man that's been making magic down in Dallas this season, and it's not Dak Prescott, it's Luka Doncic. He's been absolutely killing it for the Mavs. Sure, his team, they're 8th right now, but he's playing phenomenal. As we take a look at his stats, averaging 34 points a game, 9 rebounds a game, just about 10 assists per game, and he's shooting about 50% from the field. So his numbers, his splits have been really good, about 50% from the field, nearly 40% from deep. He's helped Kyrie be a lot better this season. I think the only thing that hurts him is being 8th in the conference because, they don't like to give it to bad teams, even though they have the best players. And also he was just on this ridiculous streak, 30-point triple-doubles. I think it was at 6 games. He lost it, but now he still is at 7 straight triple-doubles. I think he had 27 the other night. Luka's been literally magic this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Bijan, who do you got?
I gotta go with that man in OKC by the name of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been phenomenal this season, lifting that OKC team past expectation. On the season, he's averaging 31.1 points per game, 6 assists per game, while shooting 54.4% from the field and 37.6% from deep, even though it's on like a mid-volume. But Shai plays defense too. He leads the NBA steals per game with 2.1, and he's tied with Alex Caruso for the most deflections per game with 3.5. And only 2 players in NBA history have averaged 30 or more points, 2 or more steals, while shooting 50+% from the field. One of them, Michael Jordan. Second one, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, I'm impressed with you. You said that name without stuttering. That's a tough name to say.
Yeah.
But Mark, close us out with this question.
Yeah, look, for me, it's the reigning back-to-back MVP, Nikola Jokic, the big man. I mean, he's just playing incredible, averaging 26 points per game, 12.3 rebounds per game, assists over 9, and then a field goal percentage of over 50, almost 60% at 58.2. I mean, look, I know voter fatigue is a thing, and it probably will affect, and it probably won't be Jokic because of that. People are tired of it. I understand.
The reason LeBron doesn't have 12 MVPs.
That's exactly. But I think Jokic is playing, just at such a high level and super efficiently too. Actually leads the NBA in efficiency rating at 38.4. So wow. I think that's something. I think there's a case to be made there for a 3-peat MVP.
Yeah, but absolutely. Don't forget to follow us at SportsDeskWP for updates and more. Thank you to all the cast and crew, and a big shout out to our studio manager, Al Clarke. From Studio B in Hamilton Hall, and from everyone here at the desk, I'm Tyler Cooper saying so long. We'll see you next time here on WPTV.